Hello and welcome to a video titled So Anna Hathway Nuked Her Career. That's right. According to political analyst Gad Saad, who has visited Iceland, special thanks for coming here, she is full of, insert whatever you think there. However, let's look at the context. So recently she made comments about the gender and then began to talk as if humans can somehow have a third or more genders, which legend has it has been scientifically disproven. The reality is that there are two biological, sexes or genders or whatever you would like to use to describe them. One is known as a man, the other is a woman, and there is no need to go into further detail to discuss that. However, she behaved to a certain extent with it that everyone's face was just blown away, because this is grandiose narcissism in action, according to those who are critical of her and regard her as a narcissist. What that means is that she blew everything out of proportions and did not actually provide any arguments to back up what she was saying. Everything was about her, how awesome she thinks she is, how magnificent she thinks she is, and that's why I don't take people like her very seriously. In many ways, she can be considered a normie actress for some. Those are actresses which prefer to star in films which discuss small talk related topics like what's on the news, what's on TV, what the weather is like. For her, reality revolves around her, but her behavior on stage suggests grandiose narcissism in action. Please note that I am an enthusiast of Lacanian psychoanalysis. That's psychoanalysis based on the theories of Jacques Lacan. So I am not a doctor, not a psychiatrist, and so I am not recommending that anybody, uh, uh, perform any diagnosis on her. That would have to be some professional evaluation. That being said, she has certainly nuked her career with this behavior. And if she really wants to treat herself as if there are more than two genders, then she should keep that to herself. Science is one thing, but religion is different. It's a little bit like medicine and vaccines. Medicine is one thing. It's more or less pretty much established as a science. Things work, then you can rely on them. Vaccines, on the other hand, are nowadays treated in my country as something more of a nuisance, more of a religious topic. And I think that these other genders or gender types, or whatever people want to call them, they fall into this category. I agree with Gatsat. I think he is a very reasonable man, a very smart individual, well educated. This guy, he knows how to back up his arguments using evidence. And if someone like Gatsat reaches the conclusion that you don't actually need to have more genders than just one, or have more sexes than just one, great. And that means that things do not have to be overly complicated. On the other hand, there are some animals like certain snail species, which legend has it have more genders. We have animals which can switch gender. Currently, to my knowledge, there is insufficient evidence to suggest that people can do this. So I don't think that Professor Dave has 26 genders, according to Anne Hathway logic. That being said, Anne Hathway logic can be wonderfully fun, enlightening, and engaging to, play around with to see which errors she is making, what lapses in judgment are happening. I make lapses in judgment, and I make errors, so occasionally I go to extreme lengths to calculate those things, to see if, to use some kind of formal logic calculus to see exactly what I am wrong. Most YouTubers don't go to that length. I'm a painter and draftsman. I'm more that kind of a type than someone who spends the whole day calculating why he is wrong about something. But there will be days when I am doing this for hours and hours and hours, and just for fun to see what the formal calculus proves I am being wrong about something. So I think that at this point, this lady, she should consider some career into something else than film or no acting or something. If everything is going to be just about politics and agendas, people are not going to take into consideration, and those should be kept private. My sincere apologies if I have said anything off court or inappropriate here. That's it for now.